Hey, I'm ElusiveKevTV. Welcome to some more highlights from the third season of Formula Xbox, and you will see it's raining hard at the Shanghai International Circuit in China for Tier 1 for round 3 of the season, and we are hopping in our Ferrari, and as you can see the wet tyres are prepared, but they're not going to be necessary for the race, they are going to be for qualifying. So I had my dry set up on, and I'm trying to get the car just round the corners. Just round the corners. As you saw, I went right in that last corner and trying to get the braking right. I found them braking much better round this circuit. I think this has been my best race so far this season. And when you see what happened in the race and the result at the end, you'll wonder what's happened since then. But yeah, let's stick to qualifying. And again, it was just a scruffy lap. My first scruffy qualifying lap. You can see where all the time has gone, especially in the last sector. I make a holics of the last sector, but yeah, it was just a very disappointing qualifying, as I do believe I'm quite handy. I was quite handy in the wet in F1 2012, but as I said, in F1 2013 you virtually got to drive flat out like you do in the dry, and so yeah, the margin of error really and the margin of the time gained is a bit tighter than it was in F1 2012. I have found, as there goes the first horrible mistake, cutting the first part of the double left-hander there, and yeah, qualifying did not go to plan. But as you can see, there weren't many players in this lobby in this race. There was only 11, I think, in the end, even though you can only see 10 now. I think someone reconnected. So even if I did poorly in the race, and you know, I just crashed into the scenery loads of times, I was likely to get at least a point due to the disconnection issues that this game has had as Hamilton fan retires from qualifying. But as you can see, here we go, the big mess up of the lap, locking up into the hairpin, outbraking myself, taking the AstroTurf for a ride, and yeah, that really did cost me a second or two, just like the last corner as well. Too much curve on, and I just cut it and went wide, and yeah, just horrible end to this qualifying lap. And there we go, I'm down in 8th, even despite all of that horrible cutting near the end and losing loads of seconds. But look at my teammate up in 3rd. Not a great job from Chicken Macaron. This time they are the two Mauritius at the top. I said that in Australia, it wasn't. It was Mauritius and Brandon in the south behind. But it's good that I've corrected myself 2 videos later, isn't it? But as you can see, we're on the grid. We have got the prime tyres on, and we are away from 8th. We've got Hamilton fan to our left. We've got Drastic Midget behind. I'm having a look down Hamilton fan. We've got a much better start than him into the first corner, but no, he just swipes in, taking the apex. That's cost us time, so we had to back out and correct that. We got the Mercedes pass, and we got Red Bull, and there's Drastic Midget past us, as it looks like Hamilton fan has gone a bit wide in that second part, and oh, there's another car that has gone off as well. So we've dropped back down to last place, just where we want to be after the first sector, and then we outbrake ourselves majorly, so not compounding the problem at all there of being in last place. And look how far back we are. We're already a second back after the first sector, but on to lap 2, we're still that second back. But as you can see, Drastic Midget struggling in the first corner, and there's some nice fighting in front between the Force India and Mercedes, I think that is. But we're going round the outside of Drastic Midget, as he really did make a holics off that first corner, and we are up to 10th place. And then as we go on that back straight, right on the back of Hamilton fan, he's lagging a bit though, and you'll see a consequence of that later in the race. But we're trying to go around his outside for the moment. I thought I actually had it here, but he kept it nicely on the inside. But no, we do have it in the end. I thought he was actually going to be alongside us, but that was later in the race. But then I mess it up at the next corner by going wide, and there he goes back past. And I think Drastic Midget has a bit of a look round the outside as well, as my teammate's going slow. He had a spin in the last corner, had an altercation, as Drastic Midget makes a really brave move in the middle there of the Ferraris. But we're going round his outside. We're trying to hold on to this. Like, great traction around the outside of that corner, and I managed to just straight line it, get on the power a bit earlier, and now I'm ahead of Drastic Midget. As you can see, my teammates trying to have a look at Drastic Midget, but I'm defending the inside line, so I've blocked off his passing route here. And we really did cut that corner there, but we're still holding it in front of Drastic Midget. But he's on our outside, going into the fast S's. He's got a nose in there, but we're carrying the speed, and and we've got the inside. He has to concede, and there we are. We're up to 9th place, even though we got a bit wide. And now we've got, someone else has gone off. I think that it's a Sauber. I couldn't quite see with my bad eyesight there. But onto that 3 now, and we're right behind Hamilton, and he looks up at the hairpin, and this time we were definitely going to go through up into 8th place. Now this time, can we keep it together on the next straight? Well, no, he had DRS, and he managed to just sneak it down the inside there. Had a car's whip there, but in this first corner was very good in these first 2 corners. Probably the only corners on the track I was good at. He goes a bit wide on that apex, gives a little nudge. My driver is going, you have to leave the space. And now we're going onto the DRS. I apologise for that terrible accident. And luckily for us, Hamilton fan, he just offers the outside to us, pulls out of the way. And now we can try and outbrake him into the hairpin, but I was really cautious on the brakes into this hairpin, and I knew he'd try and outbrake himself a bit, so I tried to undercut, try to get the traction, and then trying to brake early into this last corner and then do the same trick again. Unfortunately, I locked up, I went wide, he went wide as well, and we also got my teammate right behind us, and he's gonna be sniffing if anything goes wrong. But as you can see, I'm trying to look on the outside, even though I just had a front wing alongside him. He shouldn't have pulled over. He said he didn't see me, and I don't really blame him for not seeing me, as there wasn't much on my car alongside, but it was just enough to make me force myself go wide, or force me to go wide, as Drastic Midget and my team are still fighting behind. But as we go on to that 5 now, later in that 5, going into the DRS zone again. Look at this. This is a bit of a feature of the race, isn't it? If you stick with him, you get the DRS zone, then he gets the DRS zone back. You stick with him, DRS zone. But unfortunately, I didn't get my turn with DRS because he disconnected, and this is how not to enter a pit lane the Lewis Hamilton way, trying to go through the gravel. I don't recommend it. But on to lap 7 now, and after our pit stop, we didn't have the greatest out laps, but we were quite close to Stop Matt after this. It was the casting that went off. It wasn't the Sauber, it was Stop Matt who went off, and that caused Hamilton fan to hit him. But as you can see, he's a bit slow coming out of the pits, and I got great traction out of that first corner. Looking round is outside. Can we make the stick in the Ferrari? No, we just outbraked ourselves. There we go. We just ran wide, just let him back through. We've been very generous this race by going wide. But onto the DRS, and yeah, you never guessed it, we went past him. But can we hold it into? Can we hold it into the hairpin as he tried to move across a bit too much on us? But no, he just goes straight for the apex. But it hasn't really cost us time because we're still right behind him. And of course, there's DRS on the next straight, but we didn't quite have enough to get alongside and make the move into turn 1. But he was so much slower into turn 1. I could just carry the speed into that first apex, into the second. I have to give him room though. But as I said, on the outside you get so good traction, you can get on the power a bit early as well. And we made it past up to 7th place out of 9 players now. So a couple of players are disconnected, but I think one of my teammates, well, not one of my teammates, my teammate might have been one of them, as we stay just in front of Stop Map, even though, we outbraked ourselves there. But we got the inside for the left, and for the right we go a bit wide. We turned in late, but he's going even wider. He's going even wider, and even in my blind spot, I just know he's going to be there. And look at this, we're banging wheels. We're banging wheels with another driver for the second race in a row, or with Stop Map for the second race in a row, and then we had to concede on the exit. But onto the DRS straight, on the back straight. There we go, great pass, and now we're going to try and hold it into the hairpin, but no, we outbraked ourselves, and he's got the undercut. That's what I tried to do to Hamilton fan. It didn't work, but it works for him on me. And then again, we tried to use DRS on the next straight, didn't quite work out. But again, having so much confidence in that first corner, and Stop Matt not quite having it, as there goes my teammate, unfortunately. And we're trying to go around his outside, but we just got too much of the curve, went a bit too wide. But we're right behind him now. Maybe we can look on doing it, just braking early, doing the old switchback routine on him. But now he's outbraked himself by miles, and now we've got to brake a bit on the apex to make sure we don't run into him. Again, we're banging wheels side by side into the left-hander, but no, he's sticking his nose in front, and he has regained the position, or kept the position of 7th place or 6th place. So again, the corner later, back onto the DRS straight, onto the back straight, and we got a better exit, even though we're fighting the back end like a hell. And we got some curves there, and we're already alongside even before the DRS has appeared. And here it comes now. Sure, it's just a formality that we're going to be in front before the hairpin. But can we keep it together? Finally, can we keep it together? Not quite. We kind of went a bit wide, and again he's nicking on our outside, but I think we just did enough to stay in front into the last corner. But we haven't quite got the ideal angle, and he's getting a better run, and look, he's down our inside. There's DRS, there's curves, and I'm not really using my curves. I'm saving it as always for the end of the lap, and he's through on our inside again. We're trying to take a look at him as we braked a bit early and try to use our speed through the corner. As you can see, we're nicking left, we're nicking right, and we've got Drastic Midget catching onto our tail, so I've got to make a move quickly before he can make a move on me. And again, onto the back straight, we have the DRS, and Stop Matt, he's got wide straight, he's anticipating where I'm going to go. I'll go down the inside, and we've got Brandon just in front of us. But as you can see, into the hairpin again. This time we got it all anchored, we got it all stopped, but he's on our outside. We're hitting wheels for like the third time, I think. But into the last corner, he goes wide. Behind me, Drastic Midget goes wide. I don't go as wide as them, and I get the run. I can curse it, I can even DRS it now. Go down the inside. I'll Stop Matt as Simoncelli on a two-stopper. He joins just in front of us. So imagine if we weren't battling, it'd be interesting with him. But as you can see, Stop Matt, he's behind us. We just stay in front. I'm not sure if he clipped us and that made him go wiggly. No, we did just enough to finally pass them. For the remaining laps, I was just in a comfortable place by myself. Just a nice Saturday drive or Saturday night drive, and yeah, 6th place out of 8 finishes. So even if I did come last, I would have got 4 points. But yeah, that's been my best result so far this season, I think. 6th place, and great battle with Stop Matt and with Hamilton Fan at the beginning. And yeah, that was my whole race, just battling. There's more pace than I was showing, but I was always battling someone, so couldn't quite show it to its utmost or fullest. But I'll be back with round 4, so now watching. So till then, cheerio.